see her. Ooh, it puts me really close. I'm all sitting here like.
I have one more question about the toner. Did it also help that you deposited it
Yes.
when it was dry?
It was
that help?
dried
Well,
out.
okay, but instead of rinsing her hair first, was it better to deposit? Like, was that intentional that you didn't wet her hair first?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted more deposit of the color. I
Okay.
didn't want to water it down at all.
Sure.
I also wanted all the emollients in there.
And did you put passport in the tent too? Did you mix
No,
it with the
you
foam?
can, but I knew I was doing a full passport treatment.
Okay.
So, and I was using a 6 volume. I didn't see the point.
Okay.
Even though I'm not paying for the product, teaching class, I still am not much into wasting product. So I'm going to take a small little subsection, nice little triangle in the back. And I am going to come down here, and we see right off the rip that she has hair that needs to go.
How much?
I mean, whether she's a little hair.
That's how much?
Like quarter inch,
Nothing.
nothing much.
Nothing much.
Not that much. It's just some that,
Are you guys lying?
No.
No, we come back to you. It's trying to.
it's just some, it's
Yes, this
some
thing.
breakage more than anything, sweetheart.
So-
Oh, I know. I've been using heat a lot this week.
So I'm just going to come in here. Now, when I establish my perimeter, I do cut straight across. You know, some people go in automatically point cutting. I save my point cutting to the end. I think it's for me, it's a waste of time to do it right now because I may need to take off a little bit more. And some people may disagree, and you know, there are a whole bunch of different ways to get to the Galleria Mall from here. I think my way is the fastest and the best way, but if you have your way, you're welcome to get stuck in traffic if you want to.
So, and what are those scissors?
This is called a Shoto. It's from Bonica Shears. Bonika. Bonica. It's one of my favorite shear brands. I think that they have a wonderful price. The quality is great, and the owner of the company is Bonnie. If you buy them, or you talk to Bonica Shears, tell her Jeremiah said hi.
They don't
So-
have them here.
Which no, we don't have them here. So you'll see that my original cut was right here, but when I come over to this side is a little shorter than that is, which means that if I'm going to balance this, I have to take that up a little bit more. So if I would have just wasted 5 minutes
A whole
point cutting,
technique, right.
I'd be redoing it all over again. So I need to take this up just, you know, we're doing just a little bit at a time because I don't want my 18-year-old niece to have a stroke.
And you have
Because-
to.
Which that,
You have to.
we have to even
Yeah.
out. But like most clients, even when they're related to you, don't take off too much hair or she'll have to speak with the manager.
Oh yeah.
When I tell her that I'm the manager,
I'll just tell my mom.
I'll just tell my mom. Okay, so this to me is a little bit better, though I still want to take this up just a little bit more.
Alright, buddy, let's calm down.
It's nothing.
Yeah, I'm taking off just a little bit at a time.
That's why I got layers to kind of cut more of the dead off, but not take any like.
Well, the thing about layers is they need to be firmed up occasionally, and they need to be moisturized, and they need not to be flat ironed every day.
I don't do that anymore. I've been very nice to my hair lately. Believe it or not, it was dead before this.
Really? No.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the thing about family is I don't offer, you know, discounts. But family, her mom, my sister, is much meaner than I am. And she'll just complain till I don't pay. Or, you know, she'll remind me that when we were 10, I destroyed her vintage Barbie doll that would be worth millions now. And so I still owe her, you know, free hair care for the rest of her life. So my sister Nanette and her husband Brian have 4 children, 19, 18, 15, and 12. 3 girls and a boy.
Oh, wow.
They found that it was cheaper to move from Kansas down here to Houston.
Wow.
because they can get free haircuts.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, they
Of
Yes.
course.
have their own personal
It's actually
stylist.
because we missed him so much. Yeah.
It is actually because we missed him so much. So they just moved down here, and I see them all the time whenever they need a haircut.
We invite him over for dinner. He's just too busy for us.
Bring your shears
Yeah.
and your color and your assistant and some purple shampoo.
Mhm.
So we're taking off just a little. I'm rounding this out a little because we already know this front is never going to reach back here. So we know that we're going to have to round out a little. Technically, on her hair, the best length for her would be about here. And she would write a letter. Oh my gosh, totally write a letter. So we know that that's not going to happen. So what we have to do is just try to blend that up as much as possible. Because you can see the gaps right in there. Nothing much we can do about it except for make sure that she's doing using good shampoos, conditioners, doing good treatments, getting keratin or the Keratin Express like she did it today, doing passport treatments. They just moved to Texas, so don't blame me for this. You can't even see me here.
Just little like freeze lines. It's not.
So I've set my perimeter on this. Now what I'm going to do is try to take the tips off the layers without taking it off too much of the length. Because she needs all the hair she can muster to fill in those gaps.
Yeah.
So let's see where we can keep it. So we can keep it over directed about here to keep as much of that hair as possible. Everybody see why I chose right here? This is right where this damage starts falling out. She needs that length. And so what will happen is I've established a guide now, and I'll pull all the hair to that guide. So I won't mess with anything in front of her ear, but I'll establish a guide for the front there. We're gonna take little sections. And here again. Find that traveling guide. It's right there. Stationary guide, sorry, since I'm pulling everything to here. Now, I'm not making a traveling guide because then that would take the hair shorter. And again, she's not trying to lose any hairs that she doesn't have to. So I am going to go ahead and bring everything from the ear back to that guide, and then I'll switch sides. So again, I have that guide right here. See, I'm really just taking off those tips. I probably have one more. Yeah, this will probably be the last section that will be pulled to right here, and then I'll switch sides. But already her hair feels better. I mean, it looks better than when she came in, but it's already feeling better too. So bring that up here. There we go. So you see already how much healthier that looks. So now I'll go with the other side.
Yeah,
Already
it looks
established.
smoother, not
It's
choppy.
not- That is nice.
So I've already established a stationary guide, so I don't need to bother with any of this. Again, it's why I love sectioning. I can pull this out of the way, I can clip it if I wanted to. Let it come in here. And with this right here. Come in here with my comb. Again, my guide is right here in the center. I see it right there. Come over here. Take another good chunk. already. You see the split ends. Doing the passport first repaired a lot of the interior of the hair. Then that keratin treatment smoothed the cuticle. And now we're taking off those dead ends. And I probably have one more good little section over here before I start worrying about the front.
This towel, let me ask you, it's not fun. This towel warmer and this one, are they doing the same job?
One more time.
The towel warmer and
The towel warmer?
this,
No,
are they
that's
the
the
same?
No, this is for wax.
Okay,
The towel warmer is what I put that hydropin in to get it nice and warm for you.
okay. Can I see?
Yeah, go ahead. I have wax warmers in 5 different sizes.
That's what I was looking at.
So, I use a double warmer for my soft wax, and then I use that for my hard wax because I wax entire bodies.
Oh, I see.
I have a lot of male clients.
Like people that has the hair, you can wax them?
Oh yeah, I can wax everything with a hard
So
wax.
do you need an assistant? I'm just kidding.
Well, we have a class on the 14th.
Just-
I need more models and some assistants. I have 2 men and 2 women. And so, we wax everything. The name of the class is Wax That Class, and we do. But we also wax the front. Okay, so I have not done the front at all. For the front, I'm gonna leave that alone until I actually frame her face. And then I'll blend it after I see where her face frame is. Because if I went ahead and rounded this off first, I'd still have to connect it to the face frame. So I'm gonna come in here, I'm going to take a small V-shaped section. I'm gonna do it from both sides, try to make sure it's pretty even. So you can see from that section, obviously breakage and or whatever, made it kind of raggedy. Ooh,
He's conscious of her hair. He doesn't want to let it to fall.
yeah, never ever cut your own hair. Now I will come in here, I will take each section, and again, we want to preserve as much length as possible. So you see me come over here and start pivoting my finger. Then I'm gonna come grab some more hair,
And
pull
done.
it down, pivot my finger, connect. Come over here, grab some more of this front here, just to connect. Again, I can point cut at the end, which is what I'll do. Your mask,
Yeah, you pulled it down.
these masks drive me crazy. So again, we're trying to keep as much as possible. So I'm just gonna come in here and connect.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Here, and just lightly, freehand blend that. So you come in here and just kind of round that out just a little. Again, just trying to take off those raggedy tips. And then I'll marry the front and the back. Just by taking anything peeking out. Rounding that out. So very clean blend on this. Now I do it to the other side. So the same way that I established my guide with the bang and turn it in, same thing over here. So come over here. Grab this. Pull it in. And as much hair as we can preserve, because we can always cut a little bit more off.
We that comes to the lesson, if you wanna buy these things, do we have a discount for us?
One more time.
We that comes to the teaching, like the classes, do we have a discount if you want to buy all these things, like?
Sorry, my hearing aids are
I'm
not.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I say,
Yeah, it has a
we-
discount on the paper.
no,
Yeah, we have some deals on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
So buy these things?
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah,
already,
we have some great deals on wax warmers right now.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you about those after class, but they're listed in the specials, with some good ones right now. 'Cause I'm really, really trying to push my new wax line. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
The masks. We have to have them
Is it this
anymore, but oh my gosh.
These?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
What are you looking at, sweetheart?
I said, that's what I was looking at, like all the things
Yeah,
with your
I
wax
like
system.
using the double wax warmer for my soft waxes. And then I have two different choices, for soft wax. It holds 2 cans. And then I use a bigger one for my hard wax, according to how much waxing you do. So the super ginormous one is great if you're doing a lot of waxing, but this is like the perfect size for me. I've never run out of body wax with that warmer, and it's not too big. So I'm coming here and I'm just double checking and just rounding out. Speaking of people in desperate need of a haircut, that was my son, who just came in. Haircut.
Yeah, it's curly hair.
Yeah, so did I at one point.
A lot of people don't-
I did too. You're not my favorite customer anymore. So now I'm just coming in here and just again,
So what's your name? I just don't know your name.
I'm Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, okay.
I thought-
Mr. Jeremiah.
So I'm coming in here, rounding off the corners a little, and I'll point cut those. Again, we're trying to keep the length, but I also want them to
The one at the body. Well,
Okay,
Jeremiah.
so now just to give her some, a little bit of texture. So I'm gonna come up in here, sit nice and straight for me, sweet. Great.
Do you have like a treatment for people that want to keep their natural hair? Do you do that?
Yes, I have lots of treatments if people want to keep their natural hair. Depends on what the problem is with their hair and what you're trying to do to make it healthier.
Yeah.
But I have some great treatments. The passport treatment that we did today is a wonderful treatment. I have the keratoplasty, hair Botox, capillary surgery and keratin, which is amazing. Especially on my black clients trying to go back from like a relaxer back to their natural, or keep their natural,
Yeah.
repair it, protect it from heat, smooth it, and lock out frizz.
And you have a hair Botox treatment too?
We do. That's the keratoplasty, the RX keratoplasty treatment. Great.
Does it make it to grow? What of to grow?
It'll help it grow because it repairs damage to the cortex of the hair.
Her hair looks even fuller.
Yeah.
This one, yeah. Okay, it looks sweet.
It helps when your uncle's the international director of education for hair color. Even if you try to cut your own hair.
Yeah.
Ah,
This is something you go somewhere and pay some money, big money for it. Is
So I'm gonna come in here, and I'm just going to point cut and round that out just a little bit. It takes off some of the damaged hair. You see how short this is compared to how long this is. So by rounding it out first, I'm transitioning, and then I come in where it's just a little bit fuller, and I want the density to match so that she'll get movement. See the movement? She'll be able to get a little bit more bulk out of that. Should have moved to Texas a long time ago, then you wouldn't have gotten your hair to this point.
I know, I've been trying to fix it though. It's getting better.
Couldn't get any worse. But you can see how much healthier it looks.
Yeah.
Not too much we can do about this besides, make sure it has a healthy trim, which we've done, round it out a little bit, even it, and make sure that there's a good blend. I'm gonna double check the front. Let's turn the chair a little bit so you guys can see what I see. Again, I'm gonna come in here, I don't wanna take length off, I'm just gonna point cut that to make sure that it transitions nicely. Transitions nicely, take off those little bits.
Jim?
Yes, sir.
Just for 2 minutes.
What's that?
Jeremiah, for a trim or a light dusting, do you always recommend to finish with point cutting?
I will always texturize at the end with point cutting.
Okay.
Some people do it as they go and they swear it saves some time. For me, I guess I am a kind of nitpicky and I know that I go in and redo stuff too much. For me to do it, so yes, I will finish at the end with point cutting to make sure that the hair, the weight of the hair is the same.
Yeah.
And the end for me is the best time to do that. Because again, I wouldn't know until the very end when I pull this out. And I can go ahead and take just a little bit more. And now I want that density to match. Oh, your mask. Keeps getting in my way. Go ahead.
Hair, eyes, dry.
Yeah, the eyelash tint is an amazing addition, especially on clients with lighter eyes. Because it
How long,
frames them.
how long does it stay like this?
A month.
A month, oh.
Yep. Or until the lashes fall out. So on some people it lasts longer than a month.
Yeah.
I did mine a month and a half ago. I mean, I'm due for them again, but they still look pretty good.
So this is the hair shiner?
Which that, it's a hair oil.
Hair oil?
Some June saffron hair elixir. I'm just using it as a finisher, smoother. Leave-in conditioner, blocks out frizz, adds shine. It smells nice.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
And so I'll probably put some curls in here before we take a final picture, just because her hair looks better. A little bit of curl because of the ends.
Yeah, very nice.
But for those of you that saw it at the beginning, I'll post some afters when I get done curling it, because I am new up front. But you guys are welcome to come feel it too.